Things end. That's all. Everything else ends. And it's always sad. But everything begins too. And that's always happy. Be happy. Peter Compatible from Dr. Who. I wish I had known this quote during some dark moments of my life. Well, what I would consider the darkest moment of my life. We've all been through something. Maybe not exactly the same thing, but a moment where something we value deeply come to an end. For many of us, it's a broken relationship. Whether it's romantic, a close friendship, maybe even family. It's not just one decision that breaks through. It could be small choices. It could be what's going on around us and the brokenness of this world that changes things. I remember of this verse from Psalm 34, verse 18. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in the spirit. Ending are hard because they mean something that we once walked in with joy had reached the end of the chapter, the end of the story. And when something involved people and people we love, it hit harder than most time. Sure, with time, the pain fade, and sometimes we look back and realize it wasn't as big as we thought it was. But when you pour your heart into someone, a friend, a partner, you tried your best to make things work. And only for it to fall apart, you can't help but feel like a failure. And you see the scars that's on you. Maybe not physically, but the scars that leave on your heart. I remember during my high school years, I began to dive into the Bible more than I've ever had before. In my hometown, there was a Bible study every Thursday that I attended to, both to better my understanding of the scriptures and to share what I have understood from the Bible and what I have learned. And those nights helped shape my faith in a way that I will never forget. I'm always would be thankful for the people, for the leadership in that program. As one of these Bible studies, I met a friend who have given their life to the Lord about a year or two. They were just as passionate of the Lord as I was. I remember thinking, man, I need to be around this person more. They were hungry, they were passionate, and I wanted that even more. I was like, oh man, I am jealous. I want that even more. And as time went on, we grew close and became best friends. We became close friends to one another. We supported each other, prayed together, and grew our faith side by side. We both knew that if our friendship was going to last, Christ had to remain the centerpiece. And that's what God wants us to do. He wants us to meet up with other people, with other believers, to sharpen each other. Like in Proverbs chapter 27, verse 17. God wants us to be around people. And I was so happy I found someone that wanted to be with the Lord, that wanted to be passionate, that wanted to just go after Him like never before. And for the next few years, we did our best to let the Lord lead us, to follow Him, to read the Word, to ask questions, to talk to each other, talk to our pastors, and find answer. And through our conversation, decision, and even some disagreement, it did happen. We grew a lot together. And no friendship, no romantic relationship is perfect. Friendship takes works as well. It's never about one person giving you 70% while the other gives 30%. It needs to be a consistent give and take. And that means not all the time you're going to be 50-50. I understand that. But two people need to come together and work on each other. And not work on each other. When two people find each other, it's about being there for each other. Some days it's going to be 50-50. Some days it's going to be 80-20. Some days it's going to be the opposite. But we need to be with each other. And yes, there are seasons when one carries more than the other, but it becomes one-sided for too long. That rate can start to weigh you down. As time went on, both of me and this friend changed. Life pulled us in many different directions. And as much as I wanted to hold on to that connection that I have with this person, because I've worked very much with this person, we have came so close to each other in during no time. Time changed. Our heart changed. How we process things, how we acted. It wasn't the same. And I realized in my heart, and from God kind of revealing stuff for me, it wasn't working anymore. And eventually, we both agreed to part way. I was crushed. I was devastated. Not because I didn't see it coming. After a while, you do notice and you just keep pushing until you just can't push it anymore. But it still hurt. And I remember that day when we chose to walk away. We did it at my local church. I had two choices. I had the choice. I could run to God, trust him what he's doing, how he is gonna make us through me, how he's gonna work through this. Or I could turn away, believe that he had failed me, believe that he was not real and this was all a fantasy story that I made up. And when I heard the door close, I ran to the altar and I ran to God. Proverbs 3 verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. I won't lie. It wasn't easy. Was I angry? Yeah. I was pretty mad. I didn't understand why it had to end. And why something seemed so promising fell apart. I had prayed, I trusted, I believed. And yet here I was. Alone. My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is my strength of my heart and my portion forever. Psalm 73 verse 26. That was hard to let go, to trust God. Because I wanted that friendship forever. I wanted it to be with me as I walked through life with this person. Whether we were in the same state or not, it was painful. But I've seen too many people walk away from God in the moment like these. And in that moment I knew that. And their life only grew more bitter and broken. During this time, I was in Bible study, basically. I was doing an internship at my church and learning more about God. And at that time, I couldn't not compare myself to Job. The man who lost everything. Not knowing I did not lose everything, but it felt like it. He lost his family, his wealth, his health, and still yet, he chose not to give up on God. In Job chapter 13 verse 15, he says, though he slay me, yet I will hope in him. He was honest about his pain. He even questioned God of why did this happen? Who was he? But he stayed in a relationship with him. He stayed with him. So the whole time he's like, you are still God. I still trust you. And that taught me something. God wasn't afraid of my emotions. He wasn't afraid how I would thinking about him or how I thought I should never hate him. I should never. It was actually the fact he could handle my hurt. He could handle our pain, our confusion, our anger. And all he wants was just us to come to him. 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 7. Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. God spoke to Job later on in the wild wind and reminded him, do you see what I see? Can you understand what I know? Job only saw what was in front of him, but God saw everything. He saw the universe. He saw the smallest stuff, how things would turn. Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation? Tell me if you understand. That was God asking Job. Where was you? Where was you? If you think you understand, tell me. Job didn't. So instead, he chose to say, God, I apologize. I am so sorry. And God said, it's okay. Just trust me. We'll get through this. And that's what God wants sometimes. Sometimes God just wants us to spill out our hurt to him. And he could just hold us and it's okay. I'm with you. And I remember saying these prayers to him. God, I don't understand why this happened. I don't know what I did wrong. Even though nothing was wrong. It was just time. But I trust you, Lord. Use this fire that was supposed to burn me and instead make me into something stronger. Make me into a diamond. Malachi chapter 3 verse 3. He will sit as a refiner and purify a silver. It was a painful time for me. painful of knowing what I was about to go through. And instead of using the fire to hurt me, to destroy me, I asked God to refine me, to chip away that wasn't need to be there anymore, and make me to the man of God that I need to be. And in that time, I loved it. As much painful as it was, I look back and I'm like, thank you, God, that you used this, that you used it to change me, that I could talk to teenager, that I had an understanding. If it wasn't from that, I wouldn't be who I am today. Years have passed, and now I can look back and genuinely thank God for every season of the pain. It taught me who He was. It gave me compassion for others, and now I share the story with teen and young adults who are going through their own storm to remind them that God is still good, even when life isn't. God is still good. It's just a matter of us trusting Him. And that's hard sometimes for all of us. To go through a storm of unknowing, unwillingness. He still loves us. It's just a matter of what are we going to do with this pain. Will we choose to hold it? Or we choose to let go? Let Him use it to refine us. I want to end with this. I don't know what pain you're carrying on right now. Maybe it's a broken relationship. Maybe you had to end a relationship that you thought it was going to be it. Maybe you thought it was going to end a marriage. Maybe it was unfaithfulness. Maybe it was something you've never spoke about in others. But I want you to hear this. His love is unshakable. He has never once failed to show Himself faithfulness. Even if you don't understand what He's doing at the time, He is still there. And in Exodus chapter 14, verse 14, the Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. What we need is to trust in what He is doing, to put in the work, pray for Him. You were created to be loved, and only the one who loves can fulfill that space that is meant for you. 1 John chapter 4, verse 19. We love because He loved us first. So trust Him. He sees more than what you do. He's already at the end, and He's just waiting for us. And when the time is right, you'll look back and you see He was walking with you, even carrying you the whole way. So I encourage you, don't stop. Don't stop believing. Don't let go. Trust Him. I promise you, it's worth it. Whatever season you are in, you'll get through it. God bless you. See you next time.